You talked after the game about being 16-1 and still having room for growth. When you went back and kind of assessed where you needed to put the emphasis on going forward, what are you looking at right now?
Yeah, a little bit of pick and roll coverages defensively of just shaping up some things positionally like we'd want to do. Board play, board play is a concern, and we're going into this trip here getting ready to play two teams that are very physical and athletic on the glass. So those are the two biggest concerns that I think that we came out that we'll begin teaching here over the next 48 hours.
Colorado and Utah have been in the Pac-12 for 5 full seasons now. What do you think their impact has been as the newest members of the conference?
Oh, that's hard. I've only been in it 4, and I was in the Mountain West where Utah was in that league when I was in the Mountain West. So obviously two very good schools that have had a lot of success. A lot of success not just in basketball, but a rollover to a lot of other sports. And both Tad and Larry, I think, are on the verge, or even beyond the verge, of developing outstanding basketball programs. So got a lot of respect for both coaches of how they go about doing things and how they compete and how their players compete. And they're both having, here in the last couple of years, are having a lot of success. So I think it's been if you're asking me is it a positive thing, I think it's been a very, very good positive thing. But again, I wasn't a part of the Pac-10. I only know the Pac-12.
It's changed, obviously, the travel dynamic, and now there's an unbalanced schedule where you don't take some trips every year. Have you liked that aspect of it at all? Or?
Well, I probably like that better than the alternative of you got to play, 22? That's a little too much. If you're going to have 12 teams, I don't know of really a better option than what we're doing now. I don't know if I'm in favor of playing any more than 18 league games. We're starting league play now before the first of the year. So if you increase it and go to more games, you're looking at the middle of December. And I think there's a time while football is still in its heyday and there's a lot of football action and games going on. I think I like the non-conference big games. I think that's fun and exciting for fans that they can watch football, and now here's a great non-conference game. I don't know if I'm being a traditionalist of college basketball if I want to watch league games the first 2 weeks in December. I don't know if I'm ready for college basketball league games at that time. When you hit January, I'm ready for watching those in-league battles across the country that have always been a lot of fun to watch.
Colorado's 0-3 in the conference state, but they've all been on the road, and
right.
This is going to be their home Pac-12 opener, so they're going to come with everything.
Yeah, I mean that's what's going to be difficult. These are two incredible challenges because Colorado, I think, the oldest team, most experienced team in our league, a lot of fifth-year seniors. Really, you've got four seniors and I think a redshirt junior in the starting lineup. So they got age, they got experience. These guys have been in the tournament, so they're tested. They've played a great schedule. They've just had the misfortune of they've got to start league play with 3 straight road games. So that's a tough start, especially when it's to the rival Utah, and then you got to go to the Arizonas. So, no, they've got our attention. This is a well-coached team, very, very talented team, very deep team. We'll probably see 10 or 11 guys that'll play against us, and then you have a very, very quick turnaround. We don't get into Salt Lake City until I think 3 or 4 o'clock on Friday, and we got to turn around and play them 4 o'clock on Saturday, and they're obviously playing extremely well. So, but that's the road in the Pac-12. It's, I think, every trip you take, we're going to be saying that, and these are our 2 very, very good teams that we're going to have to play well to have a chance to win.
What kind of challenges does Colorado pose for you?
Well, they got good size. Their guards are all 6'5", so they can pretty much go 6'5", 6'5", 6'5", 6'7", 6'8", and then a 6'9" center in Gordon. So, who's a good shot blocker that plays bigger than 6'9". But probably the concerns are the experience. They've been through this. They've come off of a road where they haven't been successful on the road and had to win a home game. They've already done that. They've experienced that. We've still got guys going through this for the first time. Our freshmen they've not played at Colorado or Utah. So the concern is the experience, and Colorado back to their wall trying to get that first win. And now here we come into town, trying to get momentum on the road, knowing we got to play 5 of the next 7 on the road, so it's a big stretch for us.
When you go up against an experienced team, is that a tough challenge for guys like Lonzo and TJ in a way?
Well, I'd say yes, but these two have met all the challenges head on. I think their experience in high school and their experience at the AAU level and playing globally, whether it be some USA basketball or stuff that they've done internationally, they're winners. I mean, you look, Chino Hill still hadn't lost, so it's like Lonzo's been a part of a winning pedigree. Foothills Christian had not done the things they've done until TJ did that. So they've got this imprint that they've put on their high schools in winning, and they've brought that same imprint here. So there are some freshmen I'd be concerned about with that. Those probably are not a couple freshmen that I'm concerned. I know that they're going to be ready to go.
Coach, what sort of chemistry did you see from those 3 top freshmen, along with EK, TJ, and Lonzo,
Well,
that came in?
I think the rules help now. Back in the day, you couldn't bring them in as early. Now with the rules, they got here in June. The vets were eager for them to get here because the vets knew how much we needed their help and assistance. So I think I give the vets a lot of credit for the way they welcomed those 3 guys. And then I give those 3 guys a lot of credit in how that they've blended things and not, the vets told them right away, don't come in here and soft sell it. Don't, tiptoe through it. Come out throwing punches right away and do what you do well. And that's what they've done. And that foreign trip, being able to go to Australia and having extra practices and getting the coaches involved early in the summer, to where we had practices in July. We had a 5-day mini camp in July, had a 5-day mini camp in August. Then we take a 2-week trip. It allowed these guys really to bond and blend and get to know one another before we got going in October, and I think that really helped.
I feel like the chemistry of those young guys that has sort of permeated the entirety of the team over the course of this.
Well, I think it's been both. I do think, because chemistry isn't just one-sided.
Right.
If the vets wouldn't have welcomed them, this thing wouldn't be working either. So I think that's a 50-50 when you talk about chemistry. I think the guys that were here last year have done a really good job, and the new guys have come in and done a really good job in the area of chemistry, and we've had a really good blend.
Your transition game, the success of it, how much does that have to do with just the lineup that you've got, the number of guards, and the instincts of a guy like Lonzo?
Well, we have a point guard that is the best in the country at pushing. You bring Aaron off the bench, and he pushes. So our pace, regardless of whether we have Aaron running a point or we have Zoe running a point, it's at a high level that way. And then you're running guys like Isaac and Bryce to wings to stretch defenses as far as how they shoot the ball. And then you got guys like TJ and Tom and EK and Gigi who are running down the middle of the floor. You have to guard all those guys. And that's the most impressive thing that we're doing to date is what we do in transition. Our offensive transition game is our strength. We're getting nearly 20 points a game, which is incredible. If you can get nearly 20 points a game in transition, what we've got to be able to do is when teams take that away, still go with pace and space in a 50-foot box instead of a 94-foot box. And we're still learning to do that, and we're getting better at it. But we play multiple point guards. People are always wanting, my first 3 years, who's the point guard, who's the point guard? And at least that question's gone away this year. But a lot of times we have 3 point guards out there. And when we've got we got Aaron and Bryce and Zoe out there, all 3 of those guys can play point. They can also play combo. So we've got ball handling guards that share it. They don't turn the ball over. I've said it before, we're playing 8 guys, and almost all of them have positive assist turnover ratios. There are not a lot of teams in the country that are doing that. So we value the ball. We take good shots. And we got guys that can shoot it. So that lends to a lot of really good offensive efficiency numbers.